meeting in the Township of Washington in accordance with the requirements of the New Jersey statutes regarding open public meetings. Notice of this meeting was legally advertised in the Courier Post and the South Jersey Times and posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building. Fire exits are located to the two double doors on your right and your left. Right and left. I don't know if dyslexic today. Please silence all mobile devices. This meeting is being videotaped. Anyone who does not wish to be seen on television may be excused. This will be shown on Channel 9 and on Verizon Channel 36 every week, Sunday at 9, Wednesday at 7, Friday at 10, and Saturday at 10 p.m. and will continue until the next meeting. Flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if you will, please stay seated, stay standing, and let's take a moment of silence and remembrance of all the people that perished in those fatal 9/11 attacks. Okay, thank you. Okay, roll call.
Mrs. Doherty? Here. Ms. Pascalone? Mrs. Williams? Here. Mr. Longfellow?
Here.
Mr. Perry?
Here.
Mayor Gatinelli? Here. Mr. Platt?
Present.
Mr. Gunter?
Here.
Okay, first we'll start off with our mayoral presentations and proclamations.
Good evening, everyone. We have a special employee of the month. We have our good friend Louisa Levy. I'm going to ask her to come up to the dais. Louisa has been with us for quite some time. She helps us out with bus driving, taking our seniors different places, and making sure that they get to their destination safely. She does that with that smile on her face every day and takes care of all our seniors getting them there safely. So we just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that because of her dedication, passion, and hard work, she is our Employee of the Month for August of 2019. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you so much.
Tonight we have a special dedication. We have a few proclamations to an amazing young man, Rich Nardello. Will you come up and see me for a moment? Rich has a special story that he's going to share with us this evening, as well as bringing up some of his friends and our friends or Girl Scouts that are in the back. They also have a little something to say, so we're going to ask them to do that. Would you like to have them up here?
Yeah, girls, could you come on up, young women? You said young. That's pretty impressive. These are for the Township Troop 60. Get this wrong all the time. 62, 365. Did I get it right, girls? Yes, I did. So come on up over here, please. All right, these are special people. So my name is Rich Nardello. I'm a 35-year resident. I have done something called Pop-Pop's Custom Cars. I'm also known as Pop-Pop. I take old cozy coupes and I transform them into things that children with cancer, I deliver them every month, and then I also have a program that, take it back here, wait a minute.
We lost one.
Okay. So basically I give these cars out to children and it's really grown. I've been doing this for about a year now. These young ladies have come by and helped me out a week and a half ago, I think, and actually get some of our cars prepped to be given to some of our children too. I'm here because we want the town to join other towns in New Jersey, and the mayor has agreed in council to be part of the September's Go Gold program, which is all about children's cancer awareness. And these young ladies are going to share some stuff. some statistics, and they're gonna rate you a line about what they know about child cancer. And the best advocates for child cancer are the children. So here we go. Are you girls ready?
Yeah.
You guys go first. This is Lila. Because they're all called Lila. Right?
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Mayor Getzinelli.
I can't say
We are third graders from Girl Scout Troop 62365. We are excited to be here today to accept Washington Township's population of childhood cancer awareness month. 43 children are expected to be diagnosed with cancer each day. That's 15,780 children each year. However, only 4% of the billions of dollars that are annually spent on cancer research and treatments are directed towards treating childhood cancer. Our troop is proud to go gold for childhood cancer awareness today and to raise money and awareness about childhood cancer this month. We hope that all of Washington Township will join us. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You won't blame me.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, now I have a little something for you as well. So what I'd like to do is I would like to present you with this proclamation, Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Childhood cancer is the leading cause of death by disease in children. Each year, nearly 16,000 children will be diagnosed with cancer in the United States. This is 1 in 285 children diagnosed from birth to age 19, and there are approximately 40,000 children on active treatment at any given time. The National Cancer Institute recognizes the unique research needs of children, childhood cancer, and the associated requirement for increased funding to carry this out. Hundreds of nonprofit organizations at the local and national level are helping children with cancer and their families cope through educational, emotional, and financial support. Too many children are affected by this deadly disease, and more must be done to raise awareness and find that cure. We recognize the brave young Americans who are courageously fighting cancer, and we pause to remember those we have lost to this terrible disease. All Americans are encouraged to observe Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and we embolden the citizens of Washington Township to support this cause that so deeply impacts families in every community across this country. Therefore, be it resolved that I, Mayor Gattinelli, and the members of Washington Township Council do hereby proclaim the month of September to be Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Thank you very much, ladies, for coming out tonight. That's very important to get that word out there. I want to thank you for what you do, and let's support our local, not only our Girl Scouts here, but everyone, and let's support our children with childhood cancer. Thank you. Now I'd also like to recognize our friend Rich Nardiello's selfless giving. Each year, nearly 16,000 children, again, will be diagnosed with cancer in the United States. So not to be repetitive, I'm going to skip over part of this because we've already established that. But Rich selflessly devotes his time, money, and energy to lifting the spirits of many children affected by this deadly disease by taking discarded cars and customizing cozy coupes for children through Pop-Pop's custom cars. Rich has designed over 40 custom cars for little warriors battling cancer. Rich connects with children and their families to show them that there is love and compassion in this world. Rich does so with no ulterior motive, but to do something good and put a smile on another person's face. Therefore, be it resolved that I, Mayor Gattinelli, and the members of Washington Township Council do hereby recognize Richard Nardiello and his selfless giving and dedication to children battling cancer. I thank you for all that you do. Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we got Chief Gerson with a Community Commitment Award.
Good evening, Mayor and Council and our residents. Our agency enjoys tremendous support from residents and local businesses here in town. Tonight, we would like to recognize two businessmen with our Community Commitment Awards for going beyond being supportive and for selflessly helping others. Our fleet is one of our costliest assets and is a reflection of our police department and our town. Ymir from White Glove Car Wash ensures our 100 vehicles are kept washed, waxed, kept in showroom condition, often free of charge and without notice. Tony from Angelo's Pizza generously supports Washington Township, our police department, our community outreach events, discreetly feeds the less fortunate and those in need, and left his family on the 4th of July to open his restaurant here in town to feed our first responders. So tonight we'd like to call up Tony from Angelo's Pizza and Amir from White Glove Car Wash to present them with awards.
It's all that good.
Tony would like to say a few words. Can the PBA president and vice president come up?
First of all, let me thank you guys for all you do, and I really appreciate everything. I also have a little check that I want to donate to the PDA, and thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks again, everyone.
Thank you so much. Good seeing you.
Yeah, I got it.
Thanks.
Okay, sure,
My name is Ann Culkin, and I'm the co-chair of this year's cleanup day. We're having it on October 12th with a rain date of the 13th. The purpose of the cleanup day is not only to give all of you who participate 4 hours of community service that you can use for school or whatever, but not, anyway. It's our 16th year, and we're so proud of it. Last year we had 300 participants. So what you sign up on this registration form, wait a minute, that's the wrong form. Okay, here we go. This registration form, you have to sign up because what we're gonna give you is a t-shirt, okay? So on that form, now you may have signed up last year, and if you did and you had the t-shirt last year, you can wear that this year, and then we would save it for someone else, saves the cost. So this particular event doesn't cost the township anything, okay? Everything is donated. And your time is also donated. So this is the back. Okay. So, we have a very small group, but as I said, we had 300 participants last year. So you get your t-shirt, you get all the things to clean up, you're given a site that's age appropriate, and then after that, that isn't enough, okay? We're gonna give you a barbecue. However, we need cooks, and we've always asked our council to be our cooks. So any of the council that would like to volunteer, we would really appreciate it, okay? Thank you. Okay. I have 5 minutes, so I'm just trying to, did I cover everything? So it's October 12th, rain date is the 13th, it's from 9 to 12, 12 o'clock is the barbecue, and we hope you'll all join us. If you know anyone who needs the community service hours, or would just like to help out, even little children, we would give them an age-appropriate site. They have to come with a parent. Anyone under 18 needs to have a parent, okay? Thank you so much, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
The town will take a few minutes if anybody doesn't want to stay for the rest of the council meeting, that you can leave, and if you want to stay, somebody want to stay, more than welcome. Okay, next we have the bill list. Can I get approval of the bill list for September 11, 2019?
Motion? Second?
Any discussion on the motion? Roll call?
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Okay, moving on to minutes.
I make a motion to table the minutes from August 21st, 2019.
I'll second the motion. Roll call? All in favor, really?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We table it for this. First, that motion, second. Okay, moving on to ordinances. I need a motion to remove ordinance 2019 from the table. It was tabled in the last one.
Make that motion?
Second?
Roll call?
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Okay, can I get a motion to introduce ordinance 2019? This is an ordinance of the Township of Washington in the County of Gloucester, State of New Jersey, appropriating certain monies from the capital fund balance account and providing for capital upgrades and acquisition of various police equipment improvements. You get a motion on this?
Make that motion.
I'll second. Roll call.
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Ordinance 21, an ordinance amending chapter 229, Article 1 of the Code of Washington, of Township of Washington, taxation. This ordinance is for introduction only. We get a motion to introduce.
Make that motion. Second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Okay, we'll move on to resolutions, but before I start and read through them, there's one resolution here, 213, that I need a motion to table this.
Make that motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Okay, the following resolutions are by consent agenda and only require a vote for all listed. Each one must be read by title. If any member of the council wishes to have one removed or heard separately, they need to indicate it prior to me reading these titles. Anybody have any? No? Okay. Moving on. Resolution 209, resolution awarding a contract for the purchase of one new case extended reach loader for the Public Works Department. Resolution 210, resolution awarding a contract for the purchase of one Navistar International dump truck chassis for the Public Works Department. Resolution 211, resolution approving large gathering application for Washington Township Baptist Church. Resolution 212, resolution approving a massage power license for 2019 for Wade's Day Spa and Massage at 438 Town Road. Resolution 214, resolution authorizing contract for weather cost containment insurance between the Township of Washington and Spectrum Weather and Specialty Insurance Company. Resolution 215, resolution of the Council of Washington Township, County of Gloucester, State of New Jersey for the relocation of the median strip opening. Resolution 216, governing body certification of annual municipal audit for the calendar year of 2018. Resolution 217, resolution requesting approval of revenue and appropriations from the Department of Community Affairs for the 2019 body armor grant in the amount of $7,688.90. Resolution 218, resolution requesting approval of revenue and appropriations from the Department of Community Affairs for the 2019 Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over grant in the amount of $6,600. Resolution 219, resolution requesting approval of revenue and appropriations from the Department of Community Affairs for the 2019 Click It or Ticket grant in the amount of $3,960. Resolution 220, resolution amending resolution 72, awarding a bid to Top Dog Maintenance for property services. And resolution 221, resolution of support from the Council of Washington Township for responsible pet ownership programs in the community. Do I get a motion to approve resolutions 209 to 212 and 214 to 221?
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Okay, moving on to old business. Moving on to new business. You have any new business? I have two items. Last week I was at a meeting in Camden County in regards to the U.S. Census that's going to happen next year. 10 years is up, 2020 is the census year. There were some people from the Department of State of New Jersey and the U.S. Census Bureau. And basically, they were telling everyone of the importance of the census being completed so that each state gets the proper money that they're from the government. But the main thing that was out there is the Census Bureau is in the process of hiring people to work for next year. So if you're interested in looking for a part-time job sometime next year, if you go to the site 2020census.gov, and you can fill out an application online. They said that they're paying anywhere from $16.50 to $25 an hour, depending on what job that you get. So if anybody's interested, they said now's the time for you to fill out the applications for next year. And last but not least, our senior center is having an indoor garage sale on 9/28 at 8:30 to 1 o'clock in the morning. And anybody that is interested in cable rentals, they're $10. And their information is on our website. So,
What was the time about again?
8:30 in the morning to 1 o'clock in the morning.
You should want to talk in the morning.
I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm going to be there first to get the good stuff. The last one they had in May was a huge success. I went and stopped by there in the morning, and I couldn't actually find a parking space in the lot. There were so many people there. So this is a really good fundraiser for the senior center. All right, that's all I have. Anybody with reports? Any reports?
I do.
Go ahead.
Okay. So on September 14th, this Saturday, in Mulligan Hill, there will be a veterans picnic. It's from 12 to 4. So they're encouraging all veterans in the area to make their way over. On September 28th, the Chamber of Commerce is having our second annual block party. It's from 1 to 7 in the Washington Township High School parking lot. There'll be food trucks, raffles, a lot of different vendors, a lot of giveaways. It was a really nice time last year, so we're expecting a big turnout for this year. And lastly, if you have a student in school or in the community that has a grandparent or someone in their life that is a veteran, the Veterans Board will be posting and putting out in the newspaper, and there'll be something online, but we're going to be looking for some children to participate in the Veterans Day celebration this year, which is on November 11th. So if you have a little person anywhere from 5th grade to high school that might be interested, and we want to honor the veterans, we're going to invite them to come to the celebration. But keep your eye out. In the next few weeks, there'll be something posted online, and then there'll also be the application wait for you to find the newspaper.
I just want to say, as far as the Sustainable Jersey team, we just came to the end of our basically calendar year to get certified. We recertified as a bronze, and we're very close to get the silver certification, which we're hoping to do by the end of the year.
This Saturday, the 14th, is Harvest Fest, sponsored by the Historical Preservation at the Old Stone House Village. So lots to do, lots to see, good entertainment and crafts and activities for kids. It's supposed to be a nice day, so bring your family and come out on Egg Harbor Road in the afternoon.
Yes, I do.
Thanks, Jim.
Anytime.
So I'm sure that you've seen that throughout the summer months that there have been a lot of activity between road work and new signage that's out there, and just, you know, everyone just trying to make everybody aware of safety, especially this time of year. With that being said, myself and Chief, we had come together in reference to those signs that you see out there, drive like your kids live here, very important. I feel that this was something that there was definitely a need for, it, perfect timing as far as going back to school. There will be more signs that will be put out there. We have larger signs that we are going to put at some of the schools, as well as Bakuchi football field. So keep an eye out for that. There was no cost to taxpayers as far as the additional signs that were put out there, so I believe there's still some available, and we will order more. If you're in need of a sign, just come out to the police department and you can pick one up. Recent township improvements, as I had said about the road work and everything. Washington Lake Park, We have started construction on the new tennis courts and hockey rink, so you will see that. It is all roped off right now. We're also going to be bringing in 2 highly anticipated pickleball courts. From what I understand, that's really huge. It's a huge hit. So I'm not familiar with it, so you may see me out there getting to learn that. But that's something huge, I believe, for the town itself. So just one more thing that you can enjoy at the park. With that being said, we also have an ADA compliant playground set that we have put together, and we have partnered with Rotary. We are going to start construction on that. That should be completed by spring of 2020, weather permitted. So I'm really excited about that. It's an inclusionary playground set, so there will be special swings that are out there for wheelchairs as well as for harnesses for the larger swings. So we're real excited about that. Gloucester County is constructing their bike path, which has been underway for a few years, so we are starting to see the lights of that come through. So you'll start to see the connection to Atkinson and Washington Lake Park with those paths. We have some emergency generators, which will be coming in at our senior center. It's giving us a better shelter capability for the use of that at the senior center in case there's an event with power failure or an emergency. Lastly, you may have noticed on the way in that we've recently updated our sidewalks for ADA accessibility improvements as well as the municipal building sign. We've recently installed that. We will be putting information on the informational board out there for all to see, so there will be a lot of communication with residents. We will be hosting the Washington Township Police Department Canine Benefit Car Show as well on October 12th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Registration until 12 p.m. that day at Washington Lake Park. Entry fee is $20 the day of the show. There is no pre-registration. There will be over 150 trophies given for various classes of cars. This is a professionally judged car show. All proceeds will go directly to the Washington Township Police Department Canine Unit. This was a huge success last year, and I anticipate it to be a huge success this year. Great event. And then lastly, the Washington Township golf course. I would like to remind residents that the Washington Township Golf Course is open year-round and is ready for play. So if you want to get out there and play, just come on out. If you want to call ahead, you can do that, 856-589-0523, or you can call the direct line to the golf course, 856-227-1435. So just a few things to come out and enjoy. Keeping an eye out on all the activity that's going on within the town itself. We're really trying to get everything completed. Thank you.
Okay, moving right along, we're going to move on to public participation. Please follow the public decorum that's posted, which has also been attached to your public agenda, and limit your comments to 5 minutes. Once you have completed your comments or questions, please take a seat. I will then ask any of the members of the governing body or the designees if they wish to address your questions or comments. Can I get a motion to open to the public?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're now open to the public. Anybody that wishes to speak?
Good evening, David Allen, Court on Mayor Court. I was here last meeting last month with my wife concerning issue with a code enforcement officer and his conduct. This is what I'm here about again. I'm fed up with the binary rules that are set and are being played in the township with code enforcement. I made a packet for each and every one of you so you can see what he's doing. The reason why he's struggling because he's making things up. I don't got time to go through it bit by bit, but he's code enforcement. Y'all hired him. This February, I think he's going to be tenured. Y'all voted him to be tenured 3 years now, every 3 years or so. This can't go on. I put key words on the second page, if you can turn to it. It's incomprehensible for me to believe that he came out to my property 3 times and cited me 3 times, each of them 3 different sites. citations. It's incomprehensible that he doesn't know a corner house from a house that's not from in corner. I can't fathom that he's been a prior law enforcement officer. He stated to me himself, because I'm prior law enforcement. We don't make up rules. We follow the rules. I've outlined them in the packet. Take your time, do your due diligence. Mayor, I sent you an email stating all this. I'm back and forth in court with your code enforcement officer. Last week, he said he wasn't ready. He's taking me to court. Why isn't he ready? I'm tired of wasting my time. He's either incompetent, ignorant, or bigoted. And I'm using my words carefully, and I choose them just like that. And I scratched out on each and every one of y'all paper ignorance, because it's written in black and white. There's no excuse for it. So he's either incompetent or bigoted. What are we going to do about it? I'm tired. I've worked for this country. I have a son who just came back from Afghanistan. I went to the code enforcement officer for a problem, and this is what I encountered. The problem was getting an abandoned vehicle removed from our court. The abandoned vehicle is still there to this day, with ladders and a smashed windshield. No inspection sticker, but it has a registration. Well, there's a loophole that states that as long as it has a registration, it stays there, parked there. No matter what kind of blanket it puts on the neighborhood. But it does say it needs to be repaired within 5 days to be operable. So you can enforce it, they just choose not to enforce it. Hey, this is my neighborhood, and it's going down because the code enforcement chooses to select what he enforces. It's not selective enforcement. It is code enforcement. Fire him. You're not getting your money's worth. You're not. Me and my wife together have over 40 years of law enforcement experience. This is a shame what he's doing. I'm done. Read your packet, please. I will be here every month, every board meeting, until you do something about this code enforcement officer. Something has to be done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Bob Maloney. I live at 458 Green Tree Road. And on a day such as this, I think it only be appropriate to thank Mayor and Council for all that you're doing to this room. 9/11, we had the thing in the park to thank all of our first responders. I'd like to remind everybody, we also went to war after that. We lost an awful lot of military people in Afghanistan and the rest. But when I came home from service, I got off the airplane after getting hurt overseas in my dress whites, being told I shouldn't wear them and should wear civilian clothes. I knew my parents were going to pick me up. My dad was in the Battle of the Bulge. My mother was in the Army Air Corps in London, so I was proud to wear the uniform. When I got off the plane, my mother and father were there because they were allowed to come to the gate, and 4 students, college students I presumed, spit on my uniform, called me a baby killer. So what you're doing here is very important to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Kathy Garinger, 1736 Congress Drive, in the Robindale Manor section of town. I'm here representing some of our residents. I've lived in Robindale for 39 years. There's people that have been there longer than me. At the end of June, the last week of June, we had a team come back and they marked our whole Congress Drive. For anyone that's not familiar, I made it as big as I could, but this is our development, and our entrance and exit is off of Gantown Road, and it's one big circle. This is all Congress Drive. And the guys came back and they marked with flags and spray cans and stuff, and told us that we were getting a road repaved, which made us very happy, because in 39 years that I've been there, we've never had that. And, but they told us that things wouldn't be done until after the July 4th holiday. Well, everybody tried to leave their flags up. A lot of landscaping people were not happy that we're cutting grass for us because they had to go around them. So that was the end of June, and we never heard anything. July 31st in the afternoon, they started milling the front of our development, which is here off of Gantown Road. And when I was leaving, I said I had to stop because it had one side, we have an exit and an entrance, that's all, there's no through streets. And I said to the young man, I said, oh, you'll be here for a few days, huh? He says, oh no, we'll just be here for a couple days. I said, you're gonna do the whole thing, and the whole loop, 2 days? He says, no, we're only doing to Gwinnett Court, which is right here. This is where you come in, this is Gwinnett Court. So I started making some phone calls to find out. On August 1st, I called the Public Works, and whoever's in charge of the Public Works, kudos to all the girls that work in there, they're great. And I asked them, and they gave me a name of a Keith, who was project manager. So I called his number, and I spoke with him, and he did confirm that they were only going to Gwinnett Court, and I asked him, you know, what the purpose of that was, and he couldn't answer that. He just said that he does what he's given to do. So I called the mayor's office, and the mayor was on vacation that week. So I didn't get to talk to her, but I got to talk to her secretary. And let's see, on August 2nd, they came to install the blacktop, and they did, on here, I'll show you, they did, this is Gwinnett Court, they did to here where Congress Drive comes out. So they were a little bit short of Gwinnett Court. But anyway, that's beside the point. But on August the 8th, I went to the municipal building again, trying to find out what the purpose of just paving the entrance of this was. And I know there's a list of when paving is done, when it's projected to be done and all. And I asked, well, if they did this, and they say Congress Drive is done, that leaves all of this, the rest of the development, not done. So will that be taken off the list because that little bit was done? And like I said, the girls were very, very, I did not see this list, by the way. I don't know whether that comes under Oprah, you know, but she looked at it. And let's see. And then we found out that tonight was the meeting. So, the question that we have is, what was the purpose of just paving the entrance and exit to our development when the whole development was marked out? I have some pictures here. They're not real, but I mean it shows all of the people that were marked out, and this with the milling. When we moved in, we have all different colored.
Ma'am, you got 30 seconds.
Okay.
Get to 5 minutes.
Okay,
And
can
then we'll answer questions after.
And you will answer questions after?
Well, if we can.
Okay, because we're wondering, why this was done and why our development wasn't done when other developments were done completely. I know I was in a development recently that, right off of Fish Pond Road, and curbs, aprons, sidewalks throughout were all done. And Me personally, I just paid to get my sidewalks done, and as anybody knows, it's not a cheap project to do.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
There's no public. Do we have any answers for, or should we?
So Nina's not here tonight. She had come to the meeting, Nina Hogan's our township engineer. She had come to the meeting tonight at 7 o'clock when we're at the time change. We will have her give the resident a call tomorrow.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, can you meet me after the council meeting?
Yes,
Okay, all right, we'll
We
talk
can
to
have her
you.
reach out first thing in the
Yep,
morning.
yep.
thank you. Is that Mrs. Hogan?
Yes, that's
Yes,
correct.
I
Yes,
had
ma'am.
her,
There is a formalized road program. She's familiar with it. I was just telling council president, she came to the meeting at 7 o'clock. She wasn't aware of the time change. She's usually here for every council meeting, but we can take any of the residents' names on the street, have her contact you all tomorrow. If you would like to be the point person, we can have her reach out to you as well.
Now, she just does the recommendations, right?
She's basically in charge of the whole road program through Remington and Vernick, so she would have the answers to that.
Okay. And who decides on
So,
which ones
we,
get
if
done?
I can real fast, so this is part of the community development block grant that the state gives us. So we were funded $130,056 to do that area by the state. So that's why only that area was done. Now, I don't know when the rest of Congress Drive is due to be done, but that's why that part was done. I can't speak for the engineer. I would assume that since it's right off Gantown Road, that there was some issue with that road, that piece of the road, but we've done this before on Cricket Lane, where we've only done part of it, because that's what the CDBG grant funded, and then down the road, we look to complete the project.
Can I ask a question?
Ma'am, you can come up if you have something to say.
No. I also live on Congress Drive.
Give us your name.
Patricia Wilkinson, 1742 Payne Court. I'm on the corner of Payne Court, Congress Drive. And I went to Washington Township High School, and I was in my yard the last week of June, and the guys were flagging out the whole development, the whole Congress Drive. And one of the guys I saw was a guy I went to high school with. And I said, "What are you guys doing?" He said, "Well, he works for the MUA." And he said, "I'm here for the MUA, and I'm flagging out the water, the electric, everything was flagged out." So that had cost a lot of money. The whole Congress Drive was flagged out. And I said, "Oh, what are they doing in the streets?" He said, "You're getting streets, sidewalks, and aprons. Not next week, because next week's 4th of July, the following week." It came and went. So we were actually on the list, obviously, because he works for the MUA, he was hired to do it, and they were obviously paid to do it, I'm sure, and we got bumped. So that's basically what it's about. And the weeds are crazy in the street. We're spraying Roundup, which supposedly is causing cancer now, out into the street, which can't be good, getting into the water, trying to keep our development looking nice. I mean, we're almost gonna have to hire lawn service to cut our street. That's how bad it is. And then at the bottom apron of my driveway, like Kathy said, we actually found, is it Atlas, I think it is, or I forget what they call it. Anyway, the contractor that's doing the concrete in the area, they were over off of Westminster. So my husband said, "Go grab them and see if they're doing, a cheaper price for the residents," and they said they were. So they came over and they did Kathy and I, our driveways, and they said, "The apron is gonna be done with the township. You're not on our list right now, but they're coming around to do it," and some of the sidewalk pieces. So they replaced one of my sidewalk pieces, which they said were dangerous. Kathy had probably 4 or 5 pieces done because she was afraid of somebody tripping. But then at the bottom of my apron, which I didn't do because I was thinking we were having it done by the township, because my friend from the MUA said we were, there's a big lip. So there's dirt in there now, and my husband can't clean the dirt out because then it's a big lip going up into my driveway. So we try to keep our neighborhood looking nice, but, so it's all the same thing, basically. I just wanted to let you know, that's why we're all here. We're trying to get it cleaned up. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, anyone that would like to call from the engineer tomorrow, can see Mr. Perry after the meeting, he'll take your information.
We don't have all the answers right now, so.
Okay.
And usually she's here every meeting.
All right?
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else from the public wishing to speak? Seeing no one, motion to close the public?
Make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Mr. Perry, I need to address comments that were made by a member of the public this evening.
Sure.
So I'm going to address these comments to Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen, I've spoken to you over the phone. I respect you. I respect your position. As I told you before, the issues that you have are part of an enforcement. Public portion's closed, sir.
Okay, no, can't hear you.
The issues that you've been talking about are part of the municipal court proceedings, so that this is, we know that.
Understood.
Sir, you have to let me finish. And so that we can't comment on that. That process will take place. You'll deal with municipal court. As you know, we talked about this on the phone. We talked about it at the last meeting. You made certain allegations about the zoning officer. You used certain words, incompetent, bigot. A couple things on that. Number one, just because we're sitting here listening and not responding does not mean that we agree with that.
Same here.
Number two, we have a decorum policy where we attempt to allow people to speak, but we do not allow people to personally attack the character and capabilities of our employees. Calling somebody incompetent and a bigot, I think, goes beyond the scope of our service. It's not a debatable issue. I'm telling you that it goes in violation of our public decorum. Nevertheless, I just didn't want you to think because you said something and nobody's reacting that we necessarily agree with that. So, again, we're certainly happy that you're going to come to all the meetings. It's good to participate, but I would ask you respectfully to keep your comments objective and to not cast aspersions at the zoning officer. You're letting you know, and it would not be out of place for the council president to declare you out of order for doing that. We just don't allow people to, anybody, regardless of the circumstance, to call anybody a bigot or incompetent. And certainly you have a right to make those statements, but we also have a right to address it within our policy. So I want to say I'm not condemning you, I'm just letting you know about the policy that we have in place. Thank you, Mr. Perry.
Okay. All right, anybody else? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Make that motion.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Our next council meeting is scheduled for September 25th, and it will be at 7 o'clock. Tonight is pushed back because of the 9/11 ceremony.